Good evening and welcome to Thai PBS World. After weeks of bargaining and squabbling, Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha has finally managed to cobble together a coalition government. But the new cabinet lineup, a result of intense horse trading among the coalition partners and even within Palang Pracharat, the core coalition member itself, is anything but ideal. It is evidently a fragile patchwork whose political longevity has become a big question mark.
For a while, a key faction in the Palang Pracharat party, which supports Prayut as Prime Minister, threatened to derail the coalition government he is trying to form. The faction was unhappy with the prospect that it would be denied some of the much coveted seats in the cabinet. Prime Minister Prayut reportedly had to bulldoze his way through the dissenting members to finally get them to toe the line. How Prayut has managed to calm down dissension in the Palang Pracharat party is seen by political observers as an initial test of Prayut's political leadership. The fact that such veteran politicians as Surya Jingrungrungkit and Somsak Thepsutin, two key members of the major faction in Palang Pracharat, agreed to abruptly end their rebellion almost overnight shows that Prayut is holding sway in the party. At least for the time being, Prayut knows that the party needs him more than he needs it. Given conflicting interests and political agenda of the coalition partners, nobody expects Prayut's first post-election cabinet to last very long. One reason why dissidents in Palang Pracharat have agreed to stop rocking the boat is that they anticipate that their days to share the political spoils would come soon. They also allow Prayut to call the shots for the time being because they probably have no other choice. After all, they have chosen him as Prime Minister and they have to respect his prerogative, and again, at least for the time being.
So, as things stand today, the path is clear for Prayut to return to the government house as Prime Minister of Thailand's first democratically elected government in 5 years. Prayut reaffirmed this morning that the formation of his government has been completed and should be ready to be submitted to His Majesty the King for royal approval by mid-July.
While the Prime Minister and leaders of key coalition partners have been careful not to name names in the cabinet lineup, the Thai media have already been full of speculations. The reported cabinet lineup contains no surprises. The seats are proportionately allocated among key coalition partners, with Palang Pracharat as the core of the coalition taking the lion's share. That includes energy, finance, industry, education, science and labor portfolios. Prayut has also managed to retain Somkit Jatusipitak as Deputy Prime Minister, and who is most likely to continue to oversee economic affairs. With Thailand as chairman of ASEAN this year, all foreign diplomats' eyes have been on the foreign affairs portfolio. Incumbent Foreign Minister Don Pramatvinay had told Thai PBS World earlier that he would not be in the new cabinet. However, Prime Minister Prayut has apparently found himself in need of someone with such skills and experience in foreign affairs as Don to steer Thailand's chairmanship of ASEAN. Former Governor of the Bank of Thailand, Jatumongkol Sonakul, who was earlier tipped to take over the foreign ministry, has reportedly ended up as Minister of the Prime Minister's office.
Conspicuous but not something unexpected is the continuing presence of General Pravit Wongsuwan in the new cabinet. Pravit is expected to hold on to the post of Deputy Prime Minister, but without the defense portfolio he is currently holding.
Why does Prayut need to keep Pravit, whose image has been tarnished by a series of scandals, especially the one involving his much publicized collection of dozens of luxurious wristwatches? Though the Counter-Corruption Commission has cleared him of any wrongdoing, the scandal has become a blot on the record of the military-supported government of General Prayut. For people close to Prayut, the answer is simple. Pravit has been both a mentor and comrade in arms of the Prime Minister. They have stuck together through thick and thin, with Prayut as the big brother, rendering all the support that Prayut might need. Prayut's extensive political and military networks make him an indispensable asset for Prayut. Prayut regards Prayut as his eyes and ears, a source close to Prayut told Thai PBS World. And though to a lesser extent, Prayut also owes his political survival to another comrade in arms, General Anupong Paujinda, who is reported to retain the Interior Affairs portfolio.
So 3 months after the March 24 election, Thailand will finally have a government, thus ending a long period of political uncertainty, at least for now. However, nobody, including Prime Minister Prayut, knows for sure what this will lead to. But what is certain is that the road back to democracy for Thailand doesn't look like to be a rosy one. And that's it for Thai PBS World tonight. Thank you for watching.